Thanks for coming to my presentation entitled Vibrant Bond Beyond the Board. I'm Chinju, a professor of motor behavior in the Division of Kinesiology and Health at the University of Wyoming. Kinesiology is a scientific area focused on studying human movement both internally and externally. Kinesiologists are interested in uncovering an anatomical, biomechanical, neuropsychological, and physiological mechanism underlying functional human movement as well as physical activities. The UW Division of Kinesiology and Health is currently offering both undergraduate and graduate program in two subdisciplines: kinesiology and health promotion, and physical education and teacher education. Our faculty and students have done amazing jobs in promoting healthy and active lifestyle among communities and societies. And their research work has been well funded by state and national funding agencies. UW Kinesiology and Health is also committed to global engagement and internationalization so that our faculty and students will be prepared with the skills and knowledge to deal with the future problem of global health. Through the established international program, our division has hosted successfully the students from UK, Australia, New Zealand. And since 2016, we have been exploring potential partnership with institutions in Asia and South America. So far, we have established a relationship with 5 institutions or universities in China and received a potential interest of a collaboration from Japan and South Korea. To be noted, the continuous joint effort with our major partner in China, Shanghai University of Sport, has resulted in multiple international programs that are currently benefiting our faculty and students in both institutions. We had Chinese students on UW campus to study and socialize with our faculty and students. And then they went back to China to become UW ambassadors as teachers, coaches, and researchers. Today, I just want to highlight a unique international program that we have established with Shanghai University of Sport, in short, SUS. With winter sports is getting more popular in China, especially with Winter Olympic going on right now, there's a huge demand of Nordic ski teacher and coaches in the future. In contrast to being ranked top in China and Asia for its kinesiology and physical education programs, SUS is lack of a facility and resources to teach and study Nordic ski. Such a disparity just provided a unique opportunity for our international program because UW is known for its location for Nordic ski sports, and the UW Nordic ski team is reputable for raising the collegiate skiers at different levels and promoting the sports of the Nordic ski in communities. In addition, UW Kinesiology and Health program has the capacity and expertise to provide educational resources to support and training the Nordic ski athletes coming from China. Consequently, the unique SUS UW Nordic ski program was launched in 2019. 10 SUS student athletes who never actually skied before were selected and then sent to UW to train and study with UW Nordic ski team for 1 year, during which they also participated in various activities and programs targeted in improving their English proficiency and enrich their understanding of American culture. Let's know about UW Nordic ski team and how SUS skiers were accepted and then become part of the team.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
Hi, and I'm Christy, and we're the coaches for the University of Wyoming Nordic Ski Team.
And we're here in this beautiful Teton Canyon to introduce you to our International Nordic Ski Training Program, or the INSTP. The INSTP is a holistic program which enables our athletes to reach their full potential in both skiing and leadership while making a positive environmental, social, and community impact.
And we travel internationally and throughout our own beautiful nation, engaging in place-based education. We ask our athletes and ourselves to immerse in the culture and in the natural environment. We think around issues that are some of the most complex problems that we're faced with, including climate change. And we develop curriculum to correspond with those issues. So our athletes have engaged in research in everything ranging from finding out like how much fluorocarbon and hydrocarbon is found in the snow at an international racing event. We have also looked to try to distinguish between man-made snow and natural snow as to the microbial composition of that snow. So these research projects help us to think about the sustainability of Nordic ski racing in the face of climate change, and to do so in a holistic way that develops the athlete both on the international racing stage and national racing stage, as well as developing their mind in terms of thinking around complex issues that interface with the sustainability of Nordic ski racing.
In addition, our integrated program also addresses the four major pieces of training for peak performance. First one is physiology, and then we have technical and tactical, then we have general health and psychology, and finally we have philosophy and theory. And through these, our athletes will gain expertise in both self-assessment, self-efficacy, and they will also write a coaching philosophy.
Right now, as we travel around multiple states, going from Soldier Hollow, Utah to Alta, Wyoming here, all the way to Sun Valley, Idaho, our athletes are engaged in a qualitative research study. They're thinking about how the health of the earth, that is the imbalances that can occur called dysbiosis, relates to the health of the human body and certain disease states that we can face. So particularly, they're interested in interviewing elite athletes as to their experience with COVID and how that experience has changed their overall access to training, to racing, and full holistic body-mind health.
All of that is housed within a highly competitive ski racing program. And so our athletes are very successful in collegiate racing. We race nationally, we race internationally. At the end of the day, our goal is to address the athletes, both mind, body, and soul, by supporting their academics, their ski racing, and helping them have a connection to the earth, which then nurtures their health and their holistic training.
I've had multiple international experiences with the UW Nordic team. The first one was when I went to the 2019 World University Games in Siberia, Russia. The second was when the Shanghai University students came and joined our team. And then there's kind of a third with a lot of other international athletes from Norway and Austria and a couple other countries.
So last season, we were fortunate enough to have athletes from the Shanghai University of Sport come to Laramie, Wyoming, and learn from our ski team not only about the sport of Nordic skiing, but also a little bit about the culture. And I was fortunate enough to mentor as well as coach Han Dan-young, or as we knew him, Andy. And Andy was a really awesome athlete that came to us really wanting to learn a lot. And I think that the mentorship that I was able to provide for him not only helped me with my own leadership skills, but also taught me a lot about his own culture as well as his other dealings through the lens of sport, especially through a unique sport like Nordic skiing.
I think one of the really special things about cross-country skiing as a sport is that it has its own really distinct culture. And so no matter who you meet who does the sport, no matter where they're from, whether it's China or Norway or Germany or anywhere else, you share this bond in common and you share the culture of the sport in common. And that's been a really fun thing throughout my career as a cross-country skier and as a coach to experience that shared culture.
We invite you to come and join us here in Wyoming, to travel the nation, to travel the world, and to engage in full holistic learning. We would love to have you, whether you come from Shanghai, whether you come from Norway, whether you come from Alta, Wyoming, come and join us.
While SUS skiers fused into UW Nordic ski team, they also participated in an interesting research project designed by kinesiologists to assess their cognitive motor functions, aerobic fitness, limb functions, and ski technique before and after the training, so that the relationship between the improved skill components and the improved skill performance can be drawn. Here I'm showing you a video of this research project that demonstrated all the tests we have performed on those athletes. The cognitive motor function tests involved the testing of reaction time, motor memory, speed and accuracy, and eye-hand coordination. The aerobic fitness test involved the testing of maximum oxygen consumption and body fat percentage. The limb function tests involved the testing of lower limb proprioception as well as the upper and the lower limb strengths. And finally, the ski technique tests involved videotaping the double pole performance in the field, followed by 2D motion analysis on the joint, angles, and body translation. All data collected from US and Chinese skiers were analyzed to determine the difference between US and Chinese skiers, as well as the change after training. On the cognitive motor functions, there was no difference detected between US and Chinese skiers. On the aerobic fitness, although US skiers demonstrated a generally better aerobic capacity than Chinese skiers, Chinese skiers showed more improved aerobic capacity after training. On the limb functions, there was no difference detected actually between US and the Chinese skiers, which remained unchanged after training. Finally, on the ski technique, data was only collected from Chinese skiers, but a significant difference was detected after training. Specifically, the increased trunk flexion, increasing gliding distance and speed, and reduced the reliance on the poling, resulting in increased cycle speed. In sum, Chinese athletes without skiing experience came with the similar cognitive and motor functions and limb functions as peer US skiers. And the 1-year ski-specific training at UW yielded a significant improvement of aerobic fitness capability, probably due to that we are living at 7,200 feet above the sea level. And the significantly improved ski technique that enabled Chinese athletes to ski faster and longer. Although these results are meaningful, we still need more data to support a scientific relationship between the skiers' psychomotor capacities and their ski performance. Unfortunately, this research endeavor has been halted by the pandemic, but we plan to continue our data collection with the renewed SUS-UW Nordic Ski program in the coming year. Corresponding to the scientific results, there has been a great improvement of performance for Chinese athletes in various races they attended in US. Here we show the FIS points calculated for SUS skiers separated by males and females. FIS points are internationally used system to assess skiers' performance and ranking in multiple races they attended. Skiers who have never started a ski race before will begin with a FIS point around 990 points. And the lower FIS points indicate a better performance. As we can see on this slide, all 10 SUS athletes began with 990 points, FIS points, but they improved over the course of the season. The improvement of 90 FIS points would place the top SUS woman in the top 20 skiers in China, and the top SUS men's in the top 35. We believe that these athletes would thus make a good representation for China at the 2021 World University Games in Switzerland, which unfortunately got cancelled due to the pandemic. The joint effort of the coaches, athletes, and the supporting staff from UW and SUS just made a fruitful program that brought international components to the ski race podiums. Finally, I want to express my great thanks to those people who have contributed to this successful program, both from UW and SUS. Thank you.